Are you noticing an increase in your grocery bill? You're not alone. In every aisle, prices are high, especially in the meat section.
We saw it mostly on pork and poultry initially, but as kind of cost of production catches up with this year's crop, we're starting to see beef prices come up. Yeah.
Galen Iverstein at Iverstein Farms Butcher attributes this increase to higher fuel costs and, in turn, higher national production costs as well as drought.
Locally, the drought has got us kind of worried about the fall because while a lot of them have been able to make it through the summer on some stored grasses, a lot of folks have not been able to cut any hay or put up any feed for the winter.
The USDA says the national cattle inventory is down 3%, which impacts supply and demand. While beef prices are up around the country and now the state, one Louisiana farm says they haven't been greatly affected yet. But you won't find its cuts in a grocery store. At 312 Beef and Slaughter, Josh and Tara Morris are focused on sustainable, grass-fed and finished cattle ranching.
Are we adding to or subtracting from with our farming practices? Yeah. And our goal is to add to.
By raising smaller cattle breeds and strategically grazing their land, they've managed to keep their prices stable over the past few years. Following these practices leads to healthier grass for the cows to graze on, leaving them less impacted by the drought, says Josh Morris.
You're not taking off all the grass all at one time. They're getting the best of the grass, and then when they come back around, it's had time to get back up.
It's important to note that 312's beef sold directly to consumers is generally more expensive than grocery store beef. However, Tara Morris says that quality meat is worth paying for.
As far as grass-finished beef, which is what we produce, grass-fed and grass-finished, there's a really huge nutrient density issue there. You're going to get a lot more filling meat, a lot leaner.
Especially when grocery store prices are rising.
You might as well go ahead and spend an extra $1 or $2 and buy really good beef. Yeah.
And as grocery prices soar, the conversation on buying local goods is growing.
I think it's never a bad idea to keep Louisiana dollars in Louisiana.
For consumers trying to balance quality beef in their budget, here are some tips, starting with reducing consumption.
Before you really start looking for cheaper meats, let's think about the health of yourself, the health of the farms that you're working with, or we're working with, and the health of the animals. So always put those things as priority and maybe reduce your consumption a little bit to match those price increases.
Additionally, consult your butcher.
But you really need to find out, like you need to ask those questions about what you're actually getting.
And choose the right cuts.
Be smart about what you're buying. You know, the most economical way to eat is with ground beef. You know, you can get a lot of distance out of it.
As for the timeline, both Iverstein Farms Butcher and 312 Beef say that these prices are here to stay, at least for the next few months. For Tiger TV, I'm Jillian Elliott.